Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. By the end of the first term of William Ruto, we are going to identify the fate of UDA party across the Republic of Kenya. When you look at the last general election, William Ruto managed to control the mountain by having more members of parliament elected under UDA ticket. You look at the Rift Valley, the same thing happened there. When you look at the mountain, we are having several counties that came out managing by electing members of parliament under UDA party. But remember, when William Ruto came in, having narrative that became a wave and something that, of course, enabled him to have these members of parliament was the narrative he came up with in the last general election. So when you look at William Ruto's trajectory when it comes to the politics, at the same time, the expectations of the people who came out endorsing his narrative, they're feeling like this man came out lying to us. When I was just watching the former member of parliament of Bahati constituency in Nakuru County, is coming out to deliver a bad news to William Ruto, that it will reach a time that UDA will not be accepted in certain areas across the Republic of Kenya. Remember, Kimani Ngunjiri was the member of parliament of Bahati constituency. And when he was being defeated, he was defeated, of course, with the candidate who was vying that seat with the Jubilee Party. And when he was defeated, Ngunjiri has been always eloquent when it comes to the government of William Ruto as a government that is going to change the narrative and people are going to enjoy the fruit of the government of the day. But today, as I was just listening to Ngunjiri, I was shocked as he was coming out to say that it will reach a time hata UDA party awata campaign area fulani, because what they came out telling Kenyans is not what they are doing. They are coming literally grabbing everything that was meant for the common mwananchi. So Ngunjiri came out releasing this video and I was shocked. I related it with what UDA members of parliament came out telling William Ruto during their PG meeting in State House. And remember also these members of parliament came out saying that their popularity is continuing to go down day in, day out. So William Ruto was to come out and to reconsider lowering the price of fuel. At the same time, he was to ensure that the high cost of living is going to be lowered. But William Ruto came out answering them and telling them that, look, we are not here about the popularity. There is time for popularity and there is time for unpopularity. But these members of parliament were not happy. But I want you to listen to whatever Kimani Ngunjiri is coming out to say.
Sisi tutakuja kuomba kura hapa, tuseme tunaomba kura za UDA. Tutaomba kura hapa. If that is the behavior we are doing, people who voted for us only 1 year, we are misbehaving. Tumechukua kila kitu yote. I don't think there is somebody who vote for UDA hapa. Na watu wakuja hapa kusema mambo ya UDA watachomwa. If that is the behavior.
So when you are listening to Kimani Ngunjiri, remember one thing. Ngunjiri is a man that has been always endorsing William Ruto in Nakuru County. When look at his message that is relating on how Susan Kihika, the governor of Nakuru County, is controlling the county, is not as per what they thought like. You know, the problem that Nakuru did was to elect women all over. It is not bad to elect women. But remember, the county governor of Nakuru is a woman. The senator is a woman. When look at the percentage of also MCAs, bigger percentage of them are women. The CCs also, they are women. So it's like Nakuru County is being controlled by women. So let us not talk about women being elected in Nakuru County. I don't have problem with that. But the problem that we are noticing is that William Ruto is going to pass a very difficult situation in the next general election. And immediately William Ruto was sworn in the office. Remember, he came out with a strategy ensuring that he's going to be re-elected. And guess what he did? What he was doing was to buy some individuals from the Azimio to ensure that at least some areas that he never got votes, he was going to get in the next general election. So William Ruto's calculation is to ensure you like it, you don't like it, he's going to take this presidency 2027. So as that is not enough, he understands very well that UDA is unpopular on the ground. The UDA is unpopular on the ground, and that is the reality. And that is why yesterday he was in Meru. You saw what happened. I saw some people saying that it was not William Ruto that was being heckled, it was Kawira Mwangaza. Yes, but again, was William Ruto heckled in Bamburi, Mombasa County? Yes. Was William Ruto heckled in Nakuru? Yes, but some people said it was Susan Kihika. But remember, that is the leadership of William Ruto. When someone is coming out to heckle Susan Kihika in Nakuru Kuresoi, remember, Susan Kihika was elected under UDA party. When Susan Kihika is being heckled, remember, the strongness of UDA is trying to disappear. The same to what happened in Bomet. When Bomet residents came out heckling the cabinet minister of energy, Davis Chirchir. Remember, it was when William Ruto was present at that place. And when William Ruto came out na kutetea Davis Chirchir, he noticed that his allies, they're being heckled on the ground. But these are foot soldiers of William Ruto. If Kipchumba Murkomen was heckled in Baringo during a certain tournament, when the residents came out saying Ruto must go, remember, when foot soldier of William Ruto is being heckled, is automatically William Ruto, because William Ruto is the leader of these allies. So if Davis Chirchir was heckled in Bomet, automatically William Ruto, because if they are heckling Davis Chirchir, they don't want Davis Chirchir, and it was William Ruto who came out appointing Davis Chirchir. What happened to Penina Malonza also in Kitui? When the residents of Kitui coming out to heckle Penina Malonza, remember one thing, they are automatically heckling William Ruto, because Penina Malonza came out na kutetea William Samoei Ruto with his agendas and ideologies. So if we are analyzing these videos, telling you that, ladies and gentlemen, there are things that are happening when it comes to the leadership of William Ruto, then some people are saying, residents are not heckling William Ruto. They are heckling William Ruto because they are forcing the agendas of William Ruto to the people. And the people have already realized that William Ruto is lying to them. And this also happened in Kisii. We saw happening in Vihiga and Busia. So also we saw that. And something that is worse is also happening in Mount Kenya region. You know, so it is left, right, center. William Ruto is so confused and he is not understanding what is happening. Though his calculation is to ensure that he's going to recapture the seat. But remember, these members of parliament of UDA, they're coming out to send a bad message to William Ruto. And automatically, when we look at the last PG meeting at State House, remember these UDA members of parliament told William Ruto this.
William Ruto has indicated that there is nothing much that his government can do to stop the increase in fuel prices. In a parliamentary group meeting held at State House, Nairobi, Tuesday morning, the president is reported to have reiterated that high fuel prices are as a result of global factors. Now, this comes just a day after Energy Cabinet Secretary David Chirchir said that a litre of petrol may rise to 300 shillings due to the ongoing Israeli-Hamas conflict in the Gaza Strip. And as Ibrahim Karanges puts it, Kenya Kwanza MPs are reported to have openly voiced their concerns to the president that if fuel prices keep rising, then they are fast losing popularity.
Just a day after Energy CS Davis Chirchir indicated that fuel prices may still go up, with a litre of super petrol even costing 300 shillings, lawmakers within the Kenya Kwanza Alliance are now a worried lot, even airing their concern to President William Ruto during their parliamentary group meeting held at State House Tuesday morning. According to the members of parliament who spoke to NTV off camera, there is a growing concern that if the cost of fuel and indeed the cost of living keeps going up, then their alliance is increasingly losing popularity and seen as having abandoned the hustler agenda on whose shoulder they rode on to power. But President William Ruto once again stating that there is nothing much that his government can do and that the skyrocketing fuel prices are as a result of global factors. The president citing the already existing fuel stabilization fund as a short-term remedy, completely dismissing any possibility of the return of subsidies as had been suggested by a section of lawmakers. On concerns about losing popularity, the MPs state that the president's response was that they do not have to be popular all the time as long as they are popular when and where it matters. The country's plan to deploy 1,000 national police officers to the war-torn Caribbean nation Haiti also featured prominently at the PG, with President Ruto whipping them to support the agenda, stating that Kenya's leadership was chosen due to the country's strong democracy. This was after concerns that a section of Kenya Kwanza MPs are skeptical about the mission to Haiti. The PG happened only hours before the National Assembly reconvened from recess, with the president laying out some of the legislation that will be headed to Parliament in coming days. They agreed to another meeting next week to particularly discuss on matters.
So according to what you've seen, when you look at the popularity of William Ruto, I know that it will take time for William Ruto to realize that, of course, the ground is not going to adopt his, again, new narratives. Because when you look at William Ruto, since he realized that the narrative is backfiring, remember William Ruto has come out with two things, that the judiciary is corrupt, number two, the housing program. So he's a man that is trying to force us with these new ideas, but remember what he told Kenyans is not actually what he's doing. This man said that the price of fuel is affecting every sector in the Republic of Kenya. But still, the prices is so high than Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's. This man came out talking about the Mama Mboga and Boda people being given capital. We've not seen that kind of capital. The same man came out saying the housing program was going to favor the Mama Mboga and Boda people. As we speak, it is not Mama Mboga and Boda people who are enjoying this thing. It's those who have money. So the reality is that the motive of William Ruto towards the hustler narrative was just for him to have power. After having power, he's just doing his own interest. And by the way, when you look at even a bigger percentage of members of parliament elected under UDA, bigger percentage of them do not want even to defend William Ruto. But what they will do is just to keep quiet. Bigger percentage of them are just keeping quiet because they know the narrative is not going to be accepted and people are not going to endorse anymore about their narratives. So when I was just listening to Kimani Ngunjiri, and I remember about the members of parliament who came out under UDA party, coming out to tell William Ruto that they are receiving hostility on the ground and their popularity is reducing. But William Ruto told them that there is a right time for popularity and a right time for unpopularity. So we are just watching and just trying to understand what is going to happen in the future as we are just remaining with, let me say, 3 years and a half, just like that, as we are going to approach another general election. But William Ruto, as you speak, he has done nothing that can be substantiated. If you talk about the housing program, these are programs that Uhuru Kenyatta started, and some even houses had already been completed. So if William Ruto is coming out to tell us that that is a big agenda about hustlers, it is not true. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video.